Rebels would seem to be back on its feet after a number of unremarkable episodes. I wouldn't say An Inside Man is a stellar episode, but it's definitely one of the better episodes this season, and it gives us a lot of new stuff that expands the world and the overall Rebels story in some significant ways. And that's very welcome in a series that's kind of been struggling a bit the past few weeks. I really appreciate the gravity that this episode brought back to the story. I admit, I was a little surprised that they actually had the guts to kill Sumar. Saving him by some last-second intervention or technicality wouldn't have been out of character for this show, but it would have weakened the threat that Thrawn represents. This show needs a credible threat to the heroes, and while the Inquisitor from Season 1 filled that role really well in my opinion, we never really got that feeling back. With this episode, Thrawn is really stepping up. Something that I thought I didn't like, but then changed my mind on, was how Thrawn immediately seemed to know that the rebels were getting help from within. I thought Thrawn was speculating and just happened to perfectly guess exactly what was going on, but of course he already knew that Kallus was a security problem, and by letting him get away with his betrayal rather than just killing him or something, Thrawn can now use Kallus as yet another weapon against the rebels. The rebels might have an inside man, but they also have one more point of manipulation that can be used against them. One thing though, Thrawn really needs to strike a victory soon. If he lets the rebels escape one more time, I think he'll suffer an irredeemable blow to his credibility. It works once, but after it happens a few times, you begin to wonder if it's just an excuse. I have two more things to say, and these are general complaints I have with Rebels, but we can definitely observe them in this episode. 1. Punching stormtroopers. In Rebels, we see a few too many characters punching stormtroopers, and I feel like the reaction would be a little less like this, and a little more like this. And yeah, it's a cartoon, and yes, this sort of thing isn't exactly new in Star Wars cartoons, but it's still a little silly. My second complaint, eyebrows. Eyebrows move way too much in Rebels. It's a quality that really makes it clear to me that the character animators for these shows are not actors themselves. Compare how much Tarkin's eyebrows move in A New Hope to how much his eyebrows move in Rebels. It's really distracting. I don't see this changing anytime soon, but it's something I wish somebody would point out to the animators. Anyway, that's getting a little nitpicky maybe. Overall, I'm happy with this episode and eager to see if the rest of the season can keep the good stuff coming. What did you think about this episode? Is Thrawn shaping up as a dangerous threat, or is he a letdown? What are your thoughts? As usual, I'd like to thank my patrons on Patreon for supporting the channel. If you'd like to help me out, I'm trying to reach $100 a month, which would really make a huge difference in helping me to keep devoting as much time as it takes to make these videos every week. Thanks for watching and subscribing and liking this video, and I'll see you next time.